The day humans handed war to mechanized standing on a battlefield in Europe. The year is 1916. Mud stretches endlessly. The sky is gray. The air smells of smoke, blood, and fear. Soldiers hide in narrow trenches, trembling as machine gun fire rips across the land. For months, nothing moves. Thousands die for just a few meters of land. And then, from the fog, something appears, a massive steel monster, crawling forward. Bullets bounce off its body. It crushes barbed wire beneath its tracks. Inside, men operate it like a mechanical beast. The soldiers watching it don't yet know what they're witnessing. But history does. This is the moment war stops being human and becomes mechanical. At the same time, in secret laboratories and workshops across the world, scientists are trying to build machines that can fly faster than sound. Engineers are dreaming of weapons that can strike from miles away. Visionaries are imagining a future where destruction travels through the sky. From these ideas were born three forces that would reshape human conflict forever: the tank, the rocket, the fighter aircraft. This is not just their history. This is the story of how humanity changed war and how war changed humanity. Part 1. Before the machines. Pre-1900 warfare. Before tanks, rockets, and fighter jets, war was painfully simple and brutally personal. Fought using swords, spears, horses, cannons. Movement was slow. Communication was limited. Victory depended on discipline, strategy, human endurance. Even with the invention of gunpowder, war still relied heavily on human courage and physical presence. But one thing began to change everything. Industrialization. Factories began producing weapons faster than ever before. Railroads moved armies across continents. Telegraphs allowed commanders to communicate instantly. War was becoming organized. Efficient. Deadlier. But it still lacked one thing: protection from modern firepower. Part 2. The birth of the tank. 1916. The crisis of World War I. World War I introduced a terrifying new reality. Machine guns could fire hundreds of rounds per minute. Artillery could destroy entire battalions from miles away. Barbed wire trapped advancing soldiers. The battlefield became a death trap. This led to a deadly stalemate known as trench warfare. Millions of soldiers were stuck, waiting, dying. The idea that changed everything in Britain. Military thinkers began asking, what if we could move across the battlefield without being killed? The solution: a tracked armored vehicle inspired partly by agricultural tractors. Engineers designed a machine that could cross trenches, climb obstacles, resist bullets. The first tank in 1916. The British introduced the Mark I tank. It was crude but revolutionary. Speed: approximately 4 miles per hour. Armor: thin steel plates. Crew: 8 men. Weapons: cannons and machine guns. It first appeared during the Battle of the Somme. What it was like inside the tank was hell. Temperatures reached extreme levels. Engine fumes filled the air. Noise was deafening. Communication was nearly impossible. Yet, despite all this, it worked. Why tanks were invented. The tank solved one critical problem: breaking the stalemate of trench warfare. It allowed armies to advance under heavy fire, destroy defensive positions, restore movement to the battlefield. The evolution of tanks between the wars. 1918 to 1939 after WWI. Countries realized the tank's potential. Engineers improved. Speed, armor, firepower. Military thinkers like Blitzkrieg, strategists in Germany, saw tanks not just as support weapons, but as the center of warfare. World War II. Tanks dominate. By World War II, tanks became powerful war machines. Key examples: German Panzer tanks, Soviet T-34, American M4 Sherman. What changed? Tanks now had rotating turrets, better suspension systems, stronger armor, more powerful guns. They became the backbone of land warfare. Cold War to modern era. Tanks evolved into main battle tanks, MBTs. Modern examples include M1 Abrams, USA, Challenger 2 UK. Modern tank features. Today's tanks are incredibly advanced. Composite and reactive armor, thermal imaging systems, laser targeting, night vision, digital battlefield integration. Types of tanks. Today, there are several types. Main battle tanks, MBT, primary combat units, light tanks, fast and mobile infantry. Fighting vehicles, IFV, support troops, armored personnel carriers, APC. Transport soldiers. Story of R.C. Kant's rockets. Beginnings. Rockets began in ancient China. They were powered by gunpowder used in warfare and celebrations, but they lacked accuracy and power. The dream of space and speed. In the early 20th century, visionaries began thinking differently. They imagined space travel, long-distance weapons. The first modern rocket, 1926. American scientist Robert H. Goddard launched the first liquid-fueled rocket. This was a turning point. World War II. The first missile-aged Germany developed the V-2 rocket. First ballistic missile could travel faster than sound, hit targets without warning it. Terrified cities like London. Why rockets were invented? Rockets answered a powerful question. How do you strike from far away instantly? They enabled long-range attacks, strategic warfare, minimal risk to soldiers. T-Chi missile arrivatil ut Owen. Cold War, nuclear rockets. After World War II, rockets became even more powerful. They evolved into intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, nuclear delivery systems. Now, a country could destroy another from across the planet. Types of rockets today: ballistic missiles, long range, high-speed cruise missiles, low altitude, highly accurate rocket artillery, battlefield support, hypersonic missiles, travel at Mach 5 plus, dual purpose. War and space rockets also made space exploration possible. Satellites, moon missions, Mars exploration. The rise of fighter air. The first flight, 1903. Human flight began with the Wright brothers. Their aircraft was simple but revolutionary. World War I, air combat begins. Planes were first used for reconnaissance. Soon, they were armed. This created the first fighter aircraft. Early fighter planes. They were made of wood and fabric, slow and fragile, equipped with machine guns. Why fighter aircraft were invented? To control the sky. Whoever controlled the air controlled the war. Fighter aircraft evotion. World War IAIRC became faster, stronger, more deadly. Jet age begins. Late World War II introduced Jet engines. This changed everything. Cold War fighters' jets became supersonic missile-equipped. Radar-guided examples, F-15, F-16, modern fighter jets. Today's jets include stealth technology, advanced sensors, AI-assisted systems, types of fighter aircraft, air superiority, fighters, multi-role fighters, stealth fighters, interceptors. WO uses these emissions. These technologies are used by national militaries, defense alliances. Major users: United States, United Kingdom, Russia, China. Why they still matter are tanks, ground dominance, urban warfare, rockets, strategic strikes, defense systems, fighter aircraft, air superiority, precision attacks. The future of WR. The next generation includes AI-controlled tanks, autonomous drones, hypersonic weapons. Sixth-generation fighter jets. War is becoming faster, smarter, more distant. The cost of POW from muddy trenches to silent skies, from slow machines to hypersonic weapons. Tanks, rockets, and fighter aircraft have transformed war into something unimaginable. Just a century ago, they were created to solve problems, to win battles, to protect nations, but they also remind us of something deeper. Every technological leap in war comes with a human cost. The machines became stronger, faster, smarter, but the question remains, have we become wiser? Final line because in the end, it's not the machines that decide the future of humanity. It's the humans who choose how to use them.